Hello, YouTube land, and welcome back to the Reacts of the Wolf. I am your host, the White Wolf. Hello, hey, how you doing? And today we are going to be reacting to the another Avengers Doomsday trailer, and it seems like it's going to do with Thor. Um, the last one had to do with Steve Rogers, and a little cap on that one. Not really Captain America, you know what I mean. And on that, it just basically showed like a whole countryside. Him pulling up on a bike, him taking the helmet off and showing the wedding ring, and then I still think there's something to do with it because they always do this. We'll talk about it at the end, but let's get into this.
Father, all my life I have answered every call to honor, duty, to war. But now fate has given me something I never sought. A child, a life untouched by the storm. Lend me the strength of the old fathers, so that I may fight once more, defeat one more enemy, and return home to her, not as a warrior, but as warmth, to teach her not battle, but stillness, the kind I never knew. Please, Father, heed my words.
Thor will return in Avengers Doomsday. Let's see if it does one thing. Aha! Gotcha! Sorry. Okay, so here it is again. I'm going to go through and write these down because I'm going to be curious if they're like the same thing or if it's going to change. I wonder because it had the same thing and the Captain America one, the 1E dot dot 17 BE4 dot dot 0 and then the space between 2020. I wonder if there's something to that. Um, Now, ladies and gentlemen, this was a good trailer. It comes out as we see, in December the 16th, and then we see the Doom clock. I like calling it the Doom clock, and whatnot. Excuse me. Yeah. And yeah, so let's break this trailer down. So basically, it's this beautiful scenery, and it just shows the woods. You hear Thor in the background talking. So in this one, we actually hear someone talking. We don't hear much in caps and whatnot. It was just music and soft calmness of that. In this one, it was kind of like a little more like, oh God, what's going on type of thing, right? And like, it was just like bouncing with him going into the woods, walking, and like just praying to Odin, it seemed. And that he basically wants to go to battle one more time because he has something to fight for, right? He has love. He wants to show her that there is more out in this world than just war. You don't have to just be nothing but war and chaos and anarchy the whole time. And he wants her to, live a life. He like he says in there, he has something he's never had before. He's never had a child. Who's to say that like Thor's never wanted a child, right? Like, this man has gone through so much that we've seen. Like, we've seen him go from the cocky Thor in the first one, ha ha ha. He had to lose his power just to kind of, go from what he was at that to being, what he is today. And then we go through, and then he loses his mom. He loses his dad, right? Well, he loses his dad first, then his mother. And then basically, Loki teases him and thinks he dies. No, then he comes back, and then he loses Heimdall. No, sorry, he loses Ragnarok. Then he loses Heimdall, and in the same breath, he loses Heimdall, and then he loses Loki. In the same breath, almost. And then he has nothing. So then he goes looking for Stormbreaker to build a god weapon that none of us can hold, which that kind of like blew my mind of like whatever, but we won't get into that right there and there. And then he went on, and then he was boasting to them about how good this weapon is, and if your little human puny mind couldn't handle it because your body would break down and blah blah blah. Right? Cool. All right, cool. That's a badass weapon. Can we all have one of those? Oh no. Okay, cool. But him just boasting about this weapon, and then he shows up in Wakanda with the Bifrost. Boom. We all got excited. We saw like Rocket jump down. We've seen, Groot. I am Groot. Then he was just like kicking the shit out of everybody, and then he showed how strong Stormbreaker was. He teleported down. He threw the dang thing. He was like, came back to him, and it's like okay. And he went running, did the whole bring me Thanos, and then bam, and it's like okay, dang, this weapon's OP. Let's go. And then he's up in the sky, and then he looks down at Thanos, and he throws Stormbreaker at him, and absorbing all like the Infinity Stones, and he shoots at Cap. I'm sorry, at Thor, and that I think it's like nope, don't care. Bam. He gets cocky. Vengeance blinds what he's supposed to do. What happens? Should have gone for the head. And then we get that Thor. What I'm trying to tell you guys, we've seen Thor go through his ups and downs. In this trailer, tell me if I'm wrong, I have never seen Thor get on his knees and pray to the Old Fathers for power. I have never seen Thor beg like he is and pleading to them to give him this power of the Old Fathers. So I'm curious if is he trying to, are we going to finally see him get like his version of like Odin's like power that he had, the Odin Force? Are we getting something like that for Thor for this one, or is like he just need a little more than he normally has? It's a good question, right? And I like that, like, we're seeing a side of Thor 2 where he's being more loving and caring for a child, right? And even Love looks like that she's like sick or she just woke up from a dream, since she was basically brought back from one of the ancestrals, I believe, right? I'm sorry I butchered that word. And I'm wondering if she's feeling or having dreams of like Doom going through all the universes, and then doing the thing. I wonder if she could feel that. I wonder if she's getting weak from that. You know what I mean? It makes me curious, and I wonder if that's why Thor's like, I need this power to fight one more enemy to defeat this person. I need this, please. Like he's like almost like, please, God, I need this, Odin. Like I don't know what to do at this point in time, but I need your help, please. If I don't get this, I'm not going to win. It's like he's in a panic. He's in I need this now, please, because I need to defend the one thing that I love that's here, that like I cannot lose again, because I've lost all this. I can't lose her too, and I want to show her in return too that you don't have to be like me. And he said that too. I don't want her to be like me. I basically don't want her to be in this like a warful person, and anger and agitation and all this stuff. He wants her to be still. He must look like lake water. He wants her to be calm and be able to live a life and not do what he's doing constantly and losing it gives me chills. Like, yeah, like it was a good trailer. So it makes me curious, and I'm sorry, guys, but like, just real quick, like, if you thought Thanos with all the Infinity Stones and the Gauntlet was like, oh God, let me just break it down for you a little bit. And please, again, I always say this: if I'm wrong, put it in the comments below, please. In a comic book, I can't remember which one it is, but Doom did go up to Thanos because Thanos was coming over to him and boasting about being whatever, right? And I want you to stop and think about this. If the since the Avengers lost, their first loss was to Thanos, and we got 2 movies out of that, right? Stop and think about this. Doom is so strong, he just looks at Thanos and goes, chink, rips out, looks at it, drops it. Think about that from the Avengers' point of view. If you've seen that and you're the Avengers and you're like, whoa, this guy did this and like was one of our hardest opponents to beat, right? And he goes out there and gets defeated in seconds by this guy? How do you think they're gonna feel? They'll be like, uh-oh. If he was a problem, this guy's gonna be like a cosmic problem. Like, the thing is, you guys are not ready. I'm telling you, you are not ready for Doctor Doom, because the way they portrayed Doctor Doom and the 2 Fantastic Four movies, just like the Scarlet Witch, has not scratched the surface. I am telling you. You're being warned. Be prepared. Doom is that guy that will walk in a room and say, I want that. And if you put 50 guys in front of him, those 50 guys are going down like this. And he's going to get that. And he's going to do it with a smile on his face. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So that's the video. Thor is going to be in this one. I'm glad. So now we got Cap, we got Thor, we got Love, we see. So I'm very curious of whom else we're going to get in here. So thank you very much for stopping by. Hit the like button. Smash that subscribe button and the follow button if you like what you see. Leave comments down below. Let me know your thoughts. What's your theories on this? What's your guys' theories on the one thing at the end that is going to happen? Do you think it's going to stay the same? Are they going to change it up? Is it some kind of coordinates? Is it like a code of some sort? Let me know in the comments below what you think it is. So thank you all for stopping by. I hope you have a great night, day, morning, wherever you're at in this beautiful world. And always remember, you never know what's around the next corner. Bye.